FIFA has opened a formal disciplinary investigation into Argentina following the 2026 World Cup final, and several players now face possible bans. The question at the center of it all is whether this is deserved discipline, or whether football's governing body is simply managing its own image. The match itself ended Spain 1, Argentina 0, decided in extra time, and from the opening whistle it was a physical, foul-heavy final that saw close to 50 fouls committed and 5 yellow cards shown, with Argentina managing 0 shots on target compared to Spain's 12. Enzo Fernandez was shown a second yellow card late in stoppage time, resulting in a red, and that single moment meant Argentina played the entirety of extra time down to 10 men. The real controversy began the moment the final whistle blew, as celebrations turned into a full-blown brawl between both sides. Argentina's assistant coach, Roberto Ayala, was reportedly involved too, turning this from a players' scuffle into a federation-level problem. Head coach Lionel Scaloni was seen trying to pull his own players apart. Joe Hart, on the broadcast, called it simply disgusting behavior. FIFA's response came through official channels 2 days later. Citing Article 36 of the FIFA Disciplinary Code, the organization confirmed it had appointed a disciplinary and ethics prosecutor specifically to examine the post-match incidents. In practical terms, that means a dedicated investigator will now review referee reports, official match documentation, and video footage from every available angle before determining what action, if any, should follow. According to reports, the players under scrutiny include Molina, Paredes, Almada, and Coach Ayala. Beyond the specific incidents, Article 13 of the same code, which covers fair play and conduct that brings the sport into disrepute, carries the weight to issue bans that apply globally across every competition, not merely a domestic-level penalty. One detail stands out above the rest. During the brawl, the referee's system briefly displayed a red card for Paredes. Moments later, that red card was quietly withdrawn, and no disciplinary action was taken on the field. FIFA is now investigating, after the fact, an incident that its own system appeared to flag and then reverse in real time. It remains unconfirmed whether this was a technical error or something more deliberate, and that uncertainty is itself part of the story. This is not Argentina's only open case with FIFA. A separate investigation is already underway tied to the semi-final win over England, after Argentina's players displayed a banner referencing the Malvinas, or Falkland Islands, inside the stadium, a direct breach of FIFA's prohibition on political statements. Reports name Christian Romero, Giovanni Lo Celso, and Lisandro Martinez as the players involved, with the Argentine Football Association also facing a probable fine. That means 2 separate, active FIFA cases now stem from the very same tournament. Viewed in isolation, any one of these moments might be dismissed as heat-of-the-moment behavior. But there is a documented pattern behind them. After the 2022 World Cup final, Argentina faced criticism over the mocking of Kylian Mbappé and a lewd gesture involving the Golden Glove trophy, an incident that ultimately cost the federation a fine of around $18,000 to $23,000, with no bans issued to any individual player. In 2024, following Argentina's Copa America win, Enzo Fernandez issued a public apology after a squad chant was condemned as discriminatory. That same year, goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez was suspended for 2 games for repeating an offensive celebration gesture. The Malvinas banner itself is not new either. Argentina displayed the same message back in 2014 and was fined roughly £20,000 for it then, a penalty that clearly did nothing to deter its return 12 years later. Stacked together, these incidents form exactly the kind of repeated conduct that FIFA's disrepute clause is designed to address. There is, however, a fair counterpoint worth acknowledging. Emotions following a lost World Cup final run extremely high, and Scaloni was visibly working to de-escalate the situation rather than provoke it. So what happens next? History suggests the punishment may still end up modest. Beyond the 2022 fine already mentioned, FIFA has, at other times, shown it can act decisively. Former Spanish Federation President Luis Rubiales received a 3-year ban over the forced kiss at the Women's World Cup, and Luis Suárez served a 4-month suspension for biting an opponent at the 2014 World Cup, a ban heavy enough to wipe out the opening games of his club season. UEFA similarly banned Rodri and Alvaro Morata for one match each earlier this year over a chant relating to Gibraltar, and that case alone took more than 2 months to resolve. No timeline has been set for this investigation's conclusion, which means Argentina, and FIFA, could be waiting weeks or even months for a resolution. In the days since the final, none of the central figures have addressed the incidents publicly. Paredes, Enzo Fernandez, and Romero each posted emotional messages thanking fans and expressing pride in representing Argentina, without a single reference to the brawl, the send-off, or the ongoing investigations. The silence stands in sharp contrast to the scale of what FIFA is now formally examining, and until the prosecutor's report lands, the biggest question remains unanswered: